The former Red Lion Hotel is conveniently located off Interstate 5. It's easy access to stores and public transportation. That's one of the reasons why King County bought the place for almost $9 million to house the homeless. Problem is, after nearly 2 years, it's still not open.
No, they didn't tell us a thing. We have no idea.
Even city council members say they don't know why.
And then they're not telling us why. There's problems with that.
In a joint investigation with KVI Radio's Ari Hoffman, we started asking questions.
Well, they're hiding, obviously. They're hiding what they're doing.
Initially, King County spokesperson Chase Gallagher said he's declining to participate in the story. That is until we discovered an internal email chain saying the opening of the homeless hotel is delayed because the rooms are contaminated with high levels of methamphetamine. It's unclear exactly how much of this toxic drug was found on the grounds or how it got there. But the levels were dangerous enough to trigger a warning from King County officials, instructing local firefighters to proceed with caution if they have to enter.
Can they go about remediation or repair, or is the building a complete loss?
Federal Way Mayor Jim Farrell says he's disappointed with King County for leaving them in the dark.
The first I'd ever heard about that notification of South County Fire is from you. And so it would have been nice to have received that information.
That's because Farrell says this delay has had a ripple effect.
We were really relying and hoping that would get online, especially as it got cold.
Aside from the homeless unable to get off the streets, the King County Regional Homelessness Authority and Catholic Community Services are now trying to convert the Stevenson Motel into a temporary shelter until the meth is cleaned up at the former Red Lion.
And at least the businesses should have known about it earlier.
But every business next door is opposed to the plan.
I don't believe that it's something that will help the community.
Sandy Shim works for the strip mall's landlord and says most of these shops and restaurants are Korean immigrant owned.
She didn't know about it.
She's been translating the bad news for her tenants.
그러니까 지금 현재는 이제 저희는 그거 사인 받으려고 그래요. 안 되는 거.
Pastor Charles Mwangi leads the African church in this strip mall and is also concerned the motel will attract drug use and crime if the homeless move in next door.
We are concerned because we have vulnerable people here.
And wonders if King County is considering the children in his Sunday school.
I know there might be a possibility of maybe having even sex offenders.
So he's also signed the petition with hundreds of signatures and is planning to possibly protest.
South King County is basically the dumpster for Seattle.
Meanwhile, City Council member Erica Norton says King County is holding them hostage because even if Federal Way rejected the permit application, the city would lose grant funding.
I'm willing to say no, this isn't okay.
But bottom line, Washington state law says the county ultimately has final say on turning properties into homeless motels and is not required to ask communities for permission.
Then why do they need the public participation?
In downtown Seattle.
Which is why King County Executive Dow Constantine's been on a motel buying spree across the region.
They've done this to other cities too.
Farrell says he plans on presenting all public input to the county, and if people are caught using drugs on site, the city still can pull the license to operate.
We're put in a position that is really unfair to us.
Regardless, Deputy Mayor Susan Honda says this should be a wake-up call for Federal Way and other cities in the state.
Cities need local control. We know what works best for our city, better than someone in Olympia or someone in Seattle.
As for the county, we brought these findings and community concerns back to Gallagher. He finally acknowledged the meth inside the former Red Lion and says the county spent more than $500,000 to clean up the mess, but still won't say when it will officially open or even if it can be salvaged.